Caution to the viewers that get offended easily. This is a trigger warning. That being said, enjoy the podcast. Hey, y'all, we're gonna do our very first podcast today.
What up?
What's happening? It's Hype Beast on Instagram. It'd be too easy on YouTube. You know what it is.
Yeah.
But you know. Go ahead and
Hey, y'all boys tap in. It's boy BRAZOBANZ. Baby, tap in on all platforms. Just released my latest shit, Priceless. You know that?
Hell yeah, that shit was good too. I heard it too.
Hey, you fuck with that shit?
Oh yeah. Yeah, y'all been doing y'all thing for sure.
Yeah, I got some shit coming out January 7th. It's called Redemption. Me and her.
LitaHontas. What's up, LitaHontas on Instagram?
I feel like that's the song of the year. I ain't even gonna cap.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, y'all been doing y'all thing, man. Like
I
heard you had dropped that song, but what's the other song? What it was? The one you had sent me? Nah, the one where something sound I be feeling down. Something.
By my side.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had probably played that one like 5 times on repeat.
That
Yeah,
was
man,
emotional.
That's a powerful song.
It is. Every time I hear it, I get feelings.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah,
a lot of my songs, I do it based on how I feel. You feel me? So like, if I feel some type of way, I'd rather write that shit on paper.
Yeah.
Or write that or spit that shit before talking to somebody. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because it comes out how I need it to sound. Because if I talk to somebody face to face, I ain't gonna tell them the whole thing. You feel me? Because that's just how I am. You feel me?
Yeah, sometimes it's just nerve-wracking to speak to people.
And y'all, did you know, like, when you had started the song, did y'all know both of y'all was gonna be on it, or was it like it just happened?
It really just happened, like, honestly. And he was struggling to record it. He was tired.
Didn't I do that shit and I told you to hop on, or you did it and
I started writing to it, and then I was like, listen to this, and you were like, oh, you're gonna hop on it? I'm like, yeah, because I fuck with the beat.
Man, that shit's stupid. Once we did that shit, bro, we put that bitch on play.
It was challenging to get it done, though.
I knew that shit was serious.
Because we were so tired. My eyes were dry. I was, like, over it. It was, like, 3 in the morning.
How many songs y'all did that day?
Shit, I think I did two
like
songs.
2 or 3, yeah.
I did the Redemption, the one with me and her, and then the Priceless, the one I dropped.
And you said it's dropping when?
No, Priceless I dropped, and then the one, Redemption, that shit dropping on January 7th.
Redemption, January 7th. On what? On Apple Music?
Apple Music, Tidal, even on what's that shit called? iHeartRadio.
Oh yeah.
All that, everything you can think about music platforms, everything is just certified. We stamped out here. RTR, my boy, you hear me?
RTR, LOB, you already know that.
Fact.
Yeah, we gotta get, man. We need to start. You know, I feel like people here in Florida, they just really don't. They don't like show love to one another. You know what I mean? Like here in Florida, it's either get stepped on or step on type of state. And I don't like that shit, honestly.
There's a lot of people, bro.
I feel like everybody just be angry. Like, their energy is so low down here. Like,
I be trying to tell all the young niggas, bro, look. At the end of the day, nobody's gonna give you the game, my boy. You feel me? Nobody gonna give you the handbook and be like, this is how you do it, exactly how you do it. Because they don't want that person to be better than them, you feel me?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you gotta go out there and you gotta test the water, you gotta swim with the sharks, and you're gonna take a lot of L's, a lot. You're gonna go through a lot of shit doing it, but at the end of the day, you got that shit by yourself, and
yeah, I agree, man. If you're not working hard, or if you like just tend to slow down doing your job, or not your job, but what you like to do, you start slowing down because of what people think, or maybe because of what you think about yourself in this situation. But really, the best way, the only proven way that works is to keep going. You know what I mean? Yeah. And just stay consistent, really, because
that's the only way. You can't
consistency is key.
Yeah.
You can't dwell on what you want.
And you have to be transparent. Like, if you're not in a place where you can be consistent, transparency goes a long way, because of the fact that people are very nosy. People always want to know the next person's business. So it's like, if you're transparent with people and you're just... Because that's how I run my Instagram to a certain degree. Like, a lot of people always ask me, why are you always posting your personal shit? Or why are you so, like, personal with everybody on Instagram? But it's just because I'm not the type of person that feel like I need to hide my life. Like, a lot of my situations and my business influence people, so it's like, I'm not gonna hide it if it benefits somebody or if I have something to say.
Facts.
See that?
Yeah, that's true.
See, I ain't gonna lie, that's why I got a problem with that, bro.
Yeah.
See, being an artist, you gotta really present yourself. You really gotta set an image for people.
Interact.
So at the end of the day, it's an entertainment, you feel me?
Yeah.
A lot of people, they mix the street shit with the actual business, and they can't. They don't go together, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's why labels don't sign street niggas. You feel me? At the end of the day, I don't want to sign no label. My thing is, I'm trying to actually build my own label and sign other artists. You feel me?
From Florida or just
Florida,
like in general?
Mostly my area, but obviously it's gonna be worldwide. You feel me? On some label shit. You feel me? Like on some real shit.
Yeah, for sure.
I realize though, like, cause there's times where I want to leave and go elsewhere besides where I'm so used to being and growing up.
Yeah.
But then when I think about it, it's like, if I'm gonna put my all into somewhere, I don't think I would want it to be somewhere that I haven't grown up, because that's not what made me. You get what I'm saying? So I think if I'm gonna put my energy somewhere, the first place it would be my area, and then we could branch out and go elsewhere. But I feel like home is where it needs to be taken care of, because even if you have good experiences or bad experiences somewhere, like, this whole place literally made me. I haven't been anywhere else.
You know, it's crazy because I thought the same thing. Like, really, like, not too long ago, honestly, probably maybe a month or two ago, I've always thought the same thing. Like, I'm going to put 110% of effort of where I grew up and make it a better place, because it's where I grew up. And the people that grew up here are like me, you know? Just naturally, they're like me. They grew up here, you know? You see the same shit growing up. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, it's just you. I feel like eventually you're just too comfortable where you're at, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard to step out of your comfort zone here where you're comfortable at, because you're comfortable, you know? So that's my reasoning. Like, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Until recently, now I kind of want to travel around the United States and just do YouTube hard, because I know if I step out of my comfort zone outside of Florida, because really, you know, I'm really comfortable in the majority of Florida.
That really makes a lot of sense. I feel that.
Real shit, we in a spot like this, little, my nigga.
Yeah, man, we're at the bottom of the United States.
There's mad places we could go. There's mad places that, nigga, we step into it, nigga, we consider gods. You feel me? On some real nigga shit. Niggas like, bro, where they from? Like, where the hell they look like they got it? Like, but that's just different.
And we just get so comfortable with seeing the same thing every day.
Absolutely. And it's also, I mean, for me personally, like, I have such a lifestyle that's set up that involves my family at this point, and a lot of them are down here, and I don't really know anywhere else that I know people really like that, because, like, all my people are down here, people that I associate with. So that's always been a lot of my issue when it came to, like, thinking of going elsewhere. But I'm also so ready to, like, find myself in other places, like, see different places, try different foods, fuck with different cultures and different type of people that I don't usually even resonate with or experience. Because I feel like it really has to do with openness too. Like, how open are you to experiencing a certain situation? Because you never know who you're gonna meet. You can't really sit there and be like, oh, I don't want to engage in conversation with this person because they look like this or talk like that, because you never know what conversation you're supposed to have with that person. So it's like, that's what makes me want to travel the most.
Yeah. Yeah. And whoever you meet out there, bro,
yeah,
everything happens for a reason. You
I'm
in that person's life for a reason, you feel me? So you gotta learn whatever you need to learn. You're not gonna know right there.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta go through the experience.
I'm a firm believer. It's not what you know, it's who you know, for sure.
Oh, that's 100%.
For sure.
It's insane. I seen it over time again. Like, I done seen somebody that knew so much and been in a like real low position at a place, and then I seen somebody that didn't even really care too much, but since they knew somebody in a higher position, they automatically had a higher position. And it's, you know, it's crazy.
It definitely is.
That's crazy, right?
There's a lot of things in this music shit, bro.
It's hard, right? It's hard to be an artist.
It is, because you gotta, being an independent artist, you gotta do everything by yourself, you feel me? If you don't got a team, that is really hard, you feel me? You gotta pay for music promo, you gotta pay for cover artists, you gotta pay for digital and all this, clone design, all this stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when you're doing all that stuff, that means you gotta bring everybody. That's why when I hang out with people and I chill with them, I try to see what they would be good at. If I were to bring them along, and to see where they could benefit, where we could, you feel me, make money together.
Yeah, and where you could really, like,
nowadays, a lot of people, see, my mentality is different. Like, everybody wants to get, how you say it, like, everybody wants to get the money off rip, you feel me? They don't ever want to build connections and be like, damn, I could make money with this nigga long term, you feel me? Really make money, really make records, streaming, clothing, everything, profit on different incomes, all type of shit. It's just a lot of people don't think like that. They always want to get the upper hand. They want to finesse somebody, or they just want to handle their business and they just want to keep going, not building no connection. You feel me?
Yeah. So what would you say? How long you been rapping for? First of all,
Probably like 7 years.
and how about you, Jada?
Shit, I would say like 6 or 7 too.
7 years?
Yeah,
You
about
got
6 or
top
7. Yeah.
7.
I've been singing since I was a child.
All right. So that being said, so like let's say around the average was what 7 years, like you guys said, in between you two, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like from when you started to now? Like what was one thing you wish you knew when you started rapping that you know now?
Promotion, marketing, connection,
Mm.
presence,
That's a lot of shit.
representation.
Mm.
Bro, it's a lot of shit. If I knew what I knew now,
When you started 7 years ago?
when I was started 7 years ago, I probably would have went through all the shit that I went through. You feel me?
Mm.
But I went through a lot of shit that made me who I am. You feel me? And I don't regret none of the shit I did. I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
Facts.
Cause at the end of the day, I learned a lot of shit. You know?
Yeah, of course. It's your experience.
Yeah, when you live, you learn. Like it's really hard to learn any other
Now
way.
if you going through shit and you don't learn, and you just keep going through the same cycle,
Then you just a dummy, bro.
and you just retarded.
Yeah, I agree
That's it.
100%.
But yeah,
I agree 100%.
What I wish I knew is like not to allow personal relationships to mix with the business, in the sense that like people don't respect your vision. You know what I mean? Because you can get cool with somebody when you work with them as an artist, and you know, sometimes you meet people's family, you do events together, and things get to a close point with you personally. But it kind of like sometimes interferes with the vision. Like, if you don't see what I'm doing and I don't see what you're doing, we won't put the same effort into each other's shit, and it kind of just sucks because you want to have that same 100% from the person that you're working with. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And it's crazy when you're going through this journey, because it's like the same thing when you go to jail. You see who's with you and who's not with you. Same thing in this music shit. You're going to see who supports you. You're going to see who doesn't support you. You're going to see who talks about you to other people, bring opportunities in other rooms when you're not in them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go behind that shit that... What was I talking about? God damn. Hey, I was onto some shit though. I was onto some shit.
You was getting
But
somewhere.
if I remember right now,
so
I'll piggyback on some real shit. You feel me? But you know that.
That's funny though. Nah, but yeah, that's crazy, man. If only you knew when you knew 7 years ago, right? Like if only you knew it now. I think the same way, you know. For me, it would have been YouTube, right? If I would have started YouTube 7 years ago, that would have been incredible, you know. Especially knowing what I know now. It's so saturated now that it's difficult. It's not impossible though, for sure. I still
it's
feel
just
like
you gotta squeeze your way into places more
more
nowadays.
you know what's crazy? I feel like as far as it is now, and I still feel like it's only on the tip. Like it just barely. It hasn't skyrocketed
of course
yet.
Not.
If you
I feel
think
like
about
there's
it,
so much
it's
more
only
to come.
been about what 10, 12 years since you just started.
I think we just know.
We're still on the tip of the iceberg, but it's
we
gonna
don't even know
expand.
shit yet.
Yeah, like we
don't even know shit yet. On some real shit.
But if you ask me, so all right. So like, the whole topic of this podcast was gonna be, is social media good or bad?
All right.
So let's get into that. Is social media good or bad?
All right. So I feel like social media is good as far as if you got a talent or you good at something or you got a business that you want to pursue and make it long term and just feel like you could potentially make a lot of money or profit or whatever you do. It's good as far as getting an audience and getting where you gotta be at. You feel me? Because there's Google ads, there's Facebook ads, there's a million platforms nowadays in 2022 that could get you to see people from China, money on some real shit. Like you can see people from all over the place. Whoever mess with you, mess with you. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
You'll never be done going through stuff on the internet.
If you're using the internet to either cyberbully, because that's been a problem over the years, but that's another topic. Or
when's the last time you ever seen a bully? Let's be real now.
Shit, I'm not.
I mean, getting bullied, man.
We in Florida. We don't get bullied out here. We in
I'm
Florida.
Saying, if you get bullied,
I'm talking about other states. I'm talking about other states like Connecticut or something. We in Florida. Ain't nobody bullying nobody out here. We gonna wreck it and not die.
It depends on the label. It just has to really do with the fact that like it's not necessarily bullying all the way. It's just a matter of people can say whatever they want to, and it could be negative and very derogatory, and some people are emotionally attached to that. And that's a con.
If you're on social media, if you're on the internet and you're commenting on somebody's pictures you don't know and it's something bad, you need help, bro. Just realistically, you need help. Just ask somebody for help because you need it.
All them bots, bro, they be out there on Instagram, they be posting, they be writing some crazy shit up there. I be like, bro, what's up with this generation for these kids nowadays is weird.
What are you doing on the internet? Actively hating on somebody you don't know. Like, what's up with you?
He laying down eating popcorn like, yo, look at this nigga right here. Got the Fendi belt. Who this nigga catching too? Yo, hold up, man. Let me fuck with this dude. Like, they wake up everybody doing that shit.
And my thing is, like, roasting is one thing, but they be real mad, man.
Mad.
Like, they be mad.
Like, they be on 3 pictures. That be crazy, nigga. Like, damn, I thought you was
like,
just
they ready to
fucking
fade
one.
a nigga over a picture or something. That shit crazy. Like, if you actively on the internet hating on people, you need help, go get help. Real shit.
God, what the hell you get help?
Like, I ain't gonna sugarcoat that. You just need help.
Real shit, fool. Like, y'all niggas need to start hating, bro.
I'm telling you.
That's some real shit. That shit's starting to get worse than COVID, nigga. Y'all niggas getting to hate this shit. Real nigga shit. That need to pipe down.
But I still think social media is good, regardless of all of that. I feel like there's more people on social media.
At the end of the day, look.
I mean, it allows you to live so much life in a sense.
Media?
Yes. It does.
They made a post like a couple days ago talking about, bro, social media gonna be the place where niggas could go back and look at shit from centuries ago, nigga.
Yeah.
Read back from like centuries.
People don't
realize that. Like, people don't know what type of technology is coming out now. Like, nigga, they making robots now, fool. Nigga, I'm going through TikTok. I'm looking at a robot going like this, face features on fleek. I'm like, damn. Let him pull up on me with makeup or something like that, bro. I'm gonna think the fool a real person, fool. You feel me? Like, he was doing shit like that. Like, bro, I'm like, bro, these government on some shit.
Nah, for real. Technology getting better for sure.
Nah, it is though, man.
I don't know.
They got jetpacks now.
I seen that. Like the water ones?
Yeah,
they got fire one. Now I seen the regular jetpack too. Jig got like 2 jetpacks on his hands too to aim, and then he got the one on his back that's making him levitate.
Oh shit.
That's crazy, right?
Shit's getting out of hand, man. We gonna end up flying somewhere. For sure. Having the whips with the little propellers.
But I mean, like, it makes you live life in a sense, not like that it actually makes you live life, but it kind of forces you to see what's out there because you're seeing what other people are doing and the different places in the world, the different things you can eat. Like, it kind of motivates you to want to go there because if you didn't have it, where would you see it besides TV?
Okay.
It gives you access to, like, different people.
Yeah.
And it really does give you opportunity to live because you could start a relationship with somebody, talking to them over the social media apps or whatever, and talk to somebody in England and end up knowing them for 20 years, 13 years, go over there, fly over there, meet their family. Like, there's so many things that can happen from you just connecting
nigga, back in the days,
media.
bro, there wasn't no phones. There wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody knew nobody existed
that's all
until you cross paths with that nigga.
Real shit. What we was talking about earlier, real shit. That data on the internet, that shit's there forever. Like, people don't use it. I don't know if y'all do it, but I do this shit where I'll take a picture or something on Snapchat and save it on there just for the simple fact that it's not on my phone. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, it's there. That's free data. If you're really thinking about it, you're supposed to pay for data.
Yeah.
You know, when you go on your phone, what do they tell you? They're like, oh, here's 10 gigabytes free of cloud. But then, you know, you get 10 more, but you got to pay for it. You got to pay for data. Right. But what they don't tell you, you know, you getting free data over here on Instagram when you post a picture and it's there forever. You can uninstall it from your phone, so therefore the hard drive, like the actual phone itself, no longer has the image, but it's there forever. Yeah. And you can go on any hard drive and go and look it up.
Crazy.
You know, so.
I was thinking about this the other day because there was a point where I didn't have my phone connected and I was on Wi-Fi, and I had like Xfinity Wi-Fi through somebody's shit or whatever. And Xfinity Wi-Fi is literally almost everywhere. Like for some reason you can connect to it anywhere.
Oh, you talking about the hotspot shit, right?
Yeah, they got
I guess you would say it's
like
a hotspot, but it's
hotspot anywhere you go.
Yeah, I guess. But I connected to it, and I'm like, damn, you really wouldn't even have to connect. Like, I wouldn't have to have my phone connected if I'm just connected to the Xfinity Wi-Fi anywhere, because literally everywhere I've gone.
You know, that's what I did when I was in high school. I didn't have a phone. Like, I promise you, throughout the whole high school, you know, I would just have Snapchat, and then I would use the Xfinity Wi-Fi.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
Shit.
I think if you ain't use Wi-Fi in school, nigga, you ain't live that life, man. You ain't going through it in school, nigga.
Listen, having the Wi-Fi to Publix and so
all type of shit.
I'm
gonna hit you over at the crib when I get the Wi-Fi.
Hey, I had checkpoints, but from the time I walked from school, like let's say point A to where I get home at, point B, like I knew which route to take because I had the hotspot, you know, the checkpoints. So I'd be like, when I make it to Walgreens right here, I'm gonna get some hotspot for a little bit.
That's
while
a
I'm walking
fact.
past.
That's a fact.
And then I'm gonna get to McDonald's over here in the corner, and I'm gonna get some more hotspot.
You gotta send everything.
You feel me? So you got your route. You got your route already. You feel me? Nowadays.
So you technically got internet.
Uber
You
to
feel me?
school now,
You
right?
definitely got tech. You feel me? You definitely got the Uber.
You know, nowadays you could just Uber to school, right? That's dope though.
This shit's crazy though. This shit's gonna.
Dude,
it's gonna be a whole lot of shit.
Uber to school, ridiculous.
Nigga,
It came out like a little bit towards the end of when I was in school.
What, Uber?
Kinda, yeah.
Yo,
Like, that was when it started popping
it was
a
around.
little
I just
bit.
didn't have a card for that.
Yeah, that's when it was really like popping a little more, like towards like it started getting popping after that. Because I didn't really hear much about it when I was in high school either.
And I don't understand why them taxis still be out there. Who hopping
Honestly,
in?
there's really a lot of people that still use taxis.
Oh yeah, like
because in New York, for example, like they don't.
Ain't nobody from
they
Florida
didn't really
using
call it
no
an Uber
taxi.
when
It
I
gotta
went
be the
over
older
there.
generation now, man. It gotta be. You know, I ain't never seen no young nigga hop in a taxi, bro.
I haven't been in
you
a
hopping in
taxi
the
in so
taxi,
many
man.
years.
You
probably trapping, fool. Real shit.
Doing something wrong.
You trying to get the package sent, nigga. That's what the fuck you doing, nigga. Cause them boys ain't gonna get pulled over. You hear me?
Yeah.
Real shit though, man.
Hey, but back to the topic though, because we went way off topic. Right. Nah, for real shit though. Social media, good or bad? It's good. I don't care. It could be a lot of bad.
Look, man, there's pros and cons and everything.
Yeah, you know what's bad? I don't agree with the way people be making it seem how they living on Instagram. Boy, you hop in somebody's profile, you look, oh man, they living life. And then next week you see them at the bus stop, you like, man, what happened? You was just on a boat. You had it all, dog. I seen it on Instagram. You know,
listen, some days are better than others. That's all I can say. Some days are better than others.
One thing I gonna tell you, they just gonna show you the good times.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all it is, man. Because at the end of the day, nigga, you ain't finna go on Instagram crying and shit.
I mean, because really, what are they gonna say? You're
when
gonna set yourself up. You're gonna set yourself up.
If you're taking out your phone to take that moment, it's because that moment is important to you, my nigga. You feel me? So, nah.
And then goes back to that free data shit. You posting it there forever.
You feel me?
Right? It's there forever. Like, that shit not going nowhere.
Unless you got no storage in your phone and it says, please try again. Then you keep tapping and it don't work. Then you gotta just delete the shit.
That sounds like a personal problem to me, though. I ain't never happened to me.
That should be happening to me, nigga. That should be getting me tight, nigga.
It's because you be taking too many selfies, dog.
When the fuck last time I took a selfie, but I used to take mad selfies in high school. No, not high school.
I think
I took a little bit of high school.
But I don't do it like this though. Like I don't take a picture. Like, you feel me? But I'll hop in the mirror. I did that shit today at the gym.
That's like some pretty boy shit, man. Nah. Like,
hey, you look natural when you was doing that. I ain't gonna lie. You look like you did that a lot.
You know what that was? That was the spread of the highness.
Don't play. You do that shit. Do not even play. He be with his glasses and he be like.
I be doing that when I get a haircut.
Don't play.
You know when we get a haircut, we be,
come on now,
bro. We look like a whole different person, bro.
You
See, y'all females don't understand when a dude gets a haircut. We feel like we the shit. Like we go outside just to do dumb shit. Like, you go outside, like, I'm gonna get some fresh air. You be like,
you can't waste a haircut. You gotta make sure everybody see it.
You can't, cause that bitch grow back. You can't post no pictures till you get another fucking haircut, nigga.
Oh,
That's why I wear that little cap, cause niggas ain't got tapes.
I ain't got. I ain't.
Going
The last time I got a haircut.
What do you think women do? Like, hello, when we put on our
They put
shit,
the
we
makeup
feel
in.
good to go outside. Cause hello, do you think I'm gonna walk out looking crazy? No, sir.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Like 9 times out of 10, I walk out the house looking crazy.
I mean, yes, I will account to that as well. I will not. I will walk
If
out
I don't
looking
give a
crazy.
fuck, then I'll do it.
It depends on where I'm going. Like, if I know I'm going somewhere that's anticipated, I'm gonna get ready. Don't even.
Yeah,
play.
I'm going under the block,
Don't
the gas
even
station or
play. Or to
something.
see
Yeah, I'm wearing
anybody
some
or
slides,
yeah,
some
like-
shorts, and a tank
Yeah,
top,
that's
or a
it.
white tee,
That's
polo
it.
slim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a
That's
fact.
it.
Real
I'm
shit,
looking
some
crazy
calm shit, man.
To the store.
Nah, niggas go to the store in Balenciaga.
I'm telling
And
you.
the
What
Mountain
is
Clay
it? What's
coat,
that
nigga,
one
bubble
song?
coat, all that.
What's that one size popular with the females?
What that is?
I
put my
I put
jewelry
on
on
my
to go to
jewelry just to go to
bodega.
the
Yeah,
bodega.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
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 That's a funny ass.
I didn't even know what a bodega was until
Me either, nigga. I had to ask my
I
girl,
like
nigga. I'm
that.
like, man, what that bodega
I asked
is?
some nigga from New York, bro. I was like, "Are you from New York?" Yo, real shit. What's a bodega, dog? Cause it sound like a club. If you ask me.
It does. It sounds like some hookah shit.
Or it sound like some place you buy groceries.
When I was younger, I used to think that, but then when I went up there,
I think that's what it
figured
is,
out.
right? It's like a corner store, I believe.
Yeah,
Why don't they
it's
just
like
call
a
it a
store.
corner store. then?
And the stores that are downstairs, because they're downstairs too from like the buildings sometimes, it's literally just a store under the building. It's so raw, bro. You go and you get your fucking bacon, egg, and cheese with all, oh my god, it's just busting. You just have to be there. You have to be there. We gotta go to New York and get a bacon, egg, and cheese. Like, if you ever
I've
find
been to
us
New York. I don't
in
like
the
New
middle
York.
of New York,
You don't like New York?
Hell no, boy. It's just like
I
downtown
ain't never been
Miami,
to New
but
York.
big, bro. It's like a big ass downtown
But
Miami.
they talking
bro.
about, if
I'm
I
talking
ever go
about
to New York,
everybody huffing down, everybody
I'm not
neck.
gonna lie, it was really good. It has a
Everybody huffing
lot
down,
of
everybody
people.
neck. Man,
Nah,
it's so
we ain't
bro.
doing that,
Well,
nigga.
you standing there at a
I'm
red
finna be
light.
walking like this. Yo, what time, nigga? What time, nigga? Let me walk, fool. You too
Yeah, bro.
close.
It's like downtown Miami, bro. Just
I ain't
look-
even finna
yeah,
get in
just
that.
like New York.
I ain't even finna hop in that subway. Fool.
You like New York?
Nigga, I ain't never even been to something. New York.
My experiences of going to New York were not the most pleasant, but I wouldn't say that I don't like it enough to not ever go back.
I feel like
It's not my
worth
favorite
going
place,
once.
though.
For me, it's worth going once at least to experience the big ass buildings. Cause I'll tell you
I mean,
what,
not gonna lie, that's why I
them
would go.
buildings
I'm
are
only going
big,
because he
nigga.
would go, and
Like,
then I
they're
would go
bigger
with
than
him. 'Cause
anything we have
besides
here.
that, I'm good.
Nigga, I go over down there. I'm gonna be looking out, nigga. I'm like, whoa.
I'm telling you, when I got there, I was like, it's like the movies.
Yeah.
Like, I really had never been
Yeah,
anywhere
it's
like
really
that, so I'm
insane.
like, oh my god, this shit really looks like the movies. What the hell? It was so cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's so lit seeing the staircases between the buildings. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of
Yeah,
like
we ain't got that
imagery
here,
that
but-
you could take from New York that is insane. Like, yo, it's lit. That's the part that I love about it. It's just the scenery and the fact that there's so much.
Hey, let me ask you
There.
a question. This is a question off topic. This is some theory shit, you know what I mean? now I'm feeling a little nice,
Go ahead.
and then getting a
Alright,
little
alright.
passive.
What you
So
got?
boom, right? So boom. So look, when I be outside, right, and it be like midday type shit, right? When you look at the sky and you see the clouds, why are all the clouds in the same side? Doesn't it make you feel like there's actually like a portal, like not a portal type shit, but like a
What you mean?
like the little, you know, the Simpsons shit when they was in a little tube.
Yeah.
That shit right there.
We
That
live-
covers the fucking the clouds. That's why the clouds can't go any much down them.
They can, bro. You just when they get close enough, you can't see them now. It's just like
What you
mist.
mean when they get close?
You know when you wake up and it's foggy outside? That's what it looks like inside of a cloud. If you walk through a cloud, that's what it look like.
Yo, what's up with this? What's up
You
with
saying
this,
the
man?
cloud
Wait
can't
a
come
minute,
down
wait a
anymore?
minute.
No, I'm telling you. All right,
What you
look.
talking about? No,
Wait
I
a
don't know what
minute.
you
I'm
talking about.
so like you got me
Yeah,
all the
I thought
way
you
over
meant
there.
Bro,
the cloud
the
come
cloud.
down.
No, I know the cloud could come
Alright,
down.
so what you
There's
talking about?
fogginess. I know that. Look, I'm talking about when the fucking clouds is on the sky.
Uh-huh.
They're all the same, nigga. You know when they're just lying down, nigga, straight down, nigga.
Nah,
They just look like they're in the one.
they look flat.
They're- what do you
Like,
mean,
they
like
look
that?
flat. It's just they
Like,
far.
they're all straight.
It's the atmosphere.
But it's just because they're far. That's all it is. If you got close, you
remember,
see some of them are further. Some
no,
of them
and
are closer.
remember that clouds.
Some are bigger. Some are smaller.
They change. There's different types of clouds, so of course they're gonna look different at different times too. The atmosphere, depending on what type of day it is, if they're gonna be a rainy cloud, all type of stuff, you know.
A rainy cloud.
Yeah.
A rain cloud for real shit.
What were you saying about the whole
down.
like when you see fog though?
Oh, I thought he was saying that like it looks like the cloud can't come down, like it's stuck in the air or some shit. I'm like, oh,
But
nigga,
do
when
they
it's
come
foggy,
down?
They are stuck
when it's
in the
foggy
air.
outside. That's what
When
it
is
looks
it
like
foggy
when the
then?
cloud fall.
When is it foggy then?
It was foggy the other day, actually. Now that you say, not the other day. It was probably like 3 weeks
But
ago.
why does it fog though?
But I'm so confused.
The cloud's foggy. It's cold enough because what's a cloud? It's just cold air.
It's like mist.
It's mist. It's just it was really hot at one point, and then it's getting cold, so it's turning into water droplets. But if it's cold enough down here, you could hold the cloud down here, so it gets misty, but it goes away. You know, as soon as it gets hot.
Where do you think
You know what I'm talking
the
about?
water comes from?
What you? All right, well, you
From
think
the
I don't know how
rain.
the water cycle
From
is?
the rain.
Yeah.
Like, where does the rain come from, nigga?
Alright.
Jonathan.
Real shit, bro. If you really think,
Nigga,
no,
the
bro,
water you
look.
evaporate.
Everybody that's watching real shit. Look.
Nah.
Where does the fucking water? Cause nigga, in school they used to tell me.
You
nigga,
playing with me, dog. I know you are. You ain't serious. Looking me in my face and telling me you serious right
All right,
now.
tell me a logical answer.
You don't know the water cycle. We gotta go through this right now. It get hot, go up in the air, fall down, precipitation, and then it does it again.
I know that.
So what you talking about right now, nigga?
But
It's a cycle. It don't go away.
you orchestrated this shit?
I can't even.
I'm getting set up on the show.
That might sound good.
Shut up.
What you talking about,
Listen, you
nigga?
guys need to like.
What you talking about, nigga?
Woo.
I'm dead.
Nah, but real
When
shit,
you watch
though.
this again, you need to like prepare for this moment because wow, we're
Nah,
gonna
but
give you a
that
warning
was a serious
sign.
question.
Nah, and I give you a serious answer, bro. It's called the water cycle. I know you learned about it, so I ain't gonna sit here and explain it.
That's what they probably want us to believe, man. That's what they want us to believe, dog.
Nah, don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Don't be a conspiracy
my
theorist.
I'm here on TikTok. Yo, did you? I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, so y'all into conspiracies. What about it? You believe we ever went to the moon?
Huh?
You ever believe? Because there's some people out there on the internet that believe we never passed, like, Earth. Like, we never
What? That
went
people
to
don't
space.
actually go into space?
Yeah.
Shit, I don't even know. I can't even speak. I don't even know how to think for that.
Like
shit.
I wouldn't even know where to start because I'm nowhere near being an astronaut.
I never even seen a
Okay.
video of them going
I'm
to the moon,
nowhere
so I
near
don't
wanting
even
to
know.
go to
nigga.
space
we
for
see
any
plenty of
reason
videos.
because
I
I'm a
believe
fucking scary
I don't
person.
see why we can't.
Nah, but I
We
heard
know
I
it
mean,
was
I'm
cap.
conditional
sure we
space.
can. I mean, look at the type of shit that people can
I heard it was
Exactly.
cap though. You feel me? So
That's what I'm saying. Like, I seen theories on it. I mean, I ain't gonna buy into them, but it was interesting to see what people
You
can
believe in
formulate
aliens?
while they just sit there bored.
you believe in aliens?
Aliens?
You think they're real?
Here's my thing.
I feel like
Even if they are, let's say they are, what makes you think they live in the same time we live? Like, there was dinosaurs, you know? We never get to see those. So, but there was dinosaurs.
I feel
You
like
know what I mean?
they're
So why
from
couldn't there have been or will be aliens? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like
it doesn't have to be in the
there's
same
gotta
time as
be
us.
aliens out there. Like
No, there's
right
definitely
But
now.
living at the same time as us?
No,
Yeah.
I feel like there's a different dimension.
Like right now,
Look,
yeah.
I feel like there's a different dimension, and they
Shoot
come
out,
in
shoot
from like a portal or some shit. Yo, real shit. Look, bro,
So they're
the
Thor.
shit that they show in the movies,
So they're Thor.
that shit really happens, bro.
Nah.
Nigga, the shit that they couldn't think about it if it
I
doesn't
mean,
happen, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's
I
called
believe
imagination,
everything
bro.
that started.
Ain't no imagination.
because-
If
Look,
they got
bro.
imagination, it's happening
To
for
me,
real.
Like, people's worst enemy is boredom, nigga. So when you're bored, you just go think of some dumb shit. You feel me? Like,
Nah, kid.
they gotta be. Because some theories I
But
hear, I'm
no,
like, where you thought of that
because
shit
even
from?
if somebody's bored, it's deeper than that. Like you
Bro,
thought
when-
about it. You
Oh, yeah,
get
you
that?
gotta
It came
really
up.
You
Like,
can't come
it
up
was
with shit like
built.
this when you're bored. It's either when you smacked or you clapped, my nigga.
Exactly. So
And-
you're bored and smacked, bro. That doesn't make it better.
No, and that shit brings a lot of shit coming in your mind, and you come with ideas, nigga.
I
and
think
you're
it
like,
just
hold
has
up,
to
nigga.
do
You
with the
start
fact that we're
questioning shit.
humans and we have the capability to think of like anything. I think that it's possible. Like, why not?
Nah, it's definitely
Because
possible.
we can have conversation.
What are we
Like, we
talking
literally
Bro,
can
if
talk to each other.
if those monks,
What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
Where
I'm
did
just
you go?
confused.
yo, if the monks can levitate, if the monks can levitate,
Said the monks.
my nigga, if
Wow.
the monks
What
can
you talking about,
levitate,
nigga?
anything is possible.
They don't
my boy.
levitate. How much you want to bet?
Bro,
I'll bet all my life.
They
on anything.
meditate and they float.
Oh, you
my
said
nigga.
meditate.
No, he said levitate,
Oh,
but
nah,
they
they
also
don't levitate,
meditate to
homie.
get to the level where they
They
levitate.
float.
All right,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
you believe they can float?
I mean, I seen videos and shit.
Come on. Now.
I mean, I wonder.
You know that
because,
one of them niggas ain't floating.
listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
You never know, but I'm
Listen,
saying
I'ma
you
tell
shaking
you
their head, they
something.
be like real pure, my nigga.
I'ma
They be
tell you
like real
something.
worshiping.
You
Bro, they
do
be
not
real
know
serious.
what's
Yeah, they
possible
pure for the
until
shit,
you
man.
literally
Oh
sit
my
there and
God, the real
experience
shit.
it. It sounds crazy
Bro,
sometimes
yeah.
when it's being
There's
talked
people
about,
out there
but
doing
when you
some
experience
shit, bro.
that shit,
Come on now. You ain't gonna tell me I'm gonna see this man just
I'm-
because he
no.
bald with a robe.
Bro, you
on.
would see a guy in a robe, bald dude, white guy,
But it
got no eyebrows, just
God.
fucking like this, closed eyes, nigga. And he's in the middle of the woods right now. He's in the middle of the woods, and nigga, you see that nigga, you better run, my boy, because he's gonna and bring you to him. Like he's not
he's
playing,
great.
bro.
That nigga Scorpion.
Bro, that man is probably the powerful man right there, bro. You better get up. Are you seeing niggas levitating?
First of all, what are you
Yo,
doing in
man,
the woods?
I ain't even finna.
First of all, what are you doing in the woods?
That is the question you gotta ask
What you
him,
talking
nigga.
about?
You gotta ask him why he levitating in the middle of the woods. That's a question for him, nigga. Not us, my nigga.
it's really for us though, because what are we doing in the woods too?
Cause we could have been
That's what I'm
hiking.
saying,
We
bro.
could have been hiking
What you
doing
doing?
civilian shit. This man is levitating in the middle of the fucking woods. He looks
Who the
more
fuck was
suspicious than me.
hiking? Who goes hiking?
But why is he not
Name
a
one
civilian
nigga you know
because
go
he's
hiking.
levitating?
You never know.
That's
You
my
might want to wake
question.
up and do different shit, nigga. You gotta live
Nah,
life down.
nigga,
I don't
nah,
never
nigga.
hike, but I want to hike one day.
Nah,
I'm
just,
in the
just for the
mountains.
simple fact I might run into this white nigga floating in the woods, I ain't going hiking no more.
Bro, you run into that dude, you better not move.
Alright,
Because
so
the
y'all
next
believe in-
leaf you step on, that's the time you're going to disappear, my guy. He hear you behind him, it's over with.
Well, so we talking about like Jason type shit.
No, I'm talking about real,
Like real what?
like
What
real
you
spiritual
talking about?
magician shit, nigga.
So you believe in magic?
Nah, I don't believe in magic.
Come on now. How you gonna say
It's different
magician
magic. You talking about those magician cars, flipping
shit?
cars?
Magic's magic, nigga. What you talking about?
Magic is not
Ain't no
magic.
different
I
magic.
There's
feel like
different
magic
uses of
is just
magic.
another label for what's done with the supernatural and what is already known to be possible.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like you're just
Makes
calling
sense.
it, you're
Makes
calling
sense.
it magic,
Makes
but
sense.
really it really
It does.
happens in the real world. Like and
That's
it's a
a
normal
smart way
thing.
to
You
say
know what
it,
I'm
you feel
saying?
me?
Like you're
Sure.
calling it magic for the sake of entertainment because that's what the common world has turned it into.
Of course.
But realistically, it's things that really do happen. And that just, I mean, it has to do with also, like, just the simple thing as far as the power of manifestation and, like, the law of attraction and stuff like that. That could be considered a sense of magic. It's just they label magic a certain way and they put certain things under that label. But it's really, like, actually possible. You know
Alright,
what
so
I
I
mean?
got two things to say about that. First things first. Let's just acknowledge the fact that the topic of the podcast was social media is good or bad, right? Alright. Just that being said,
I mean,
let's
but we
continue
did
what
say
we
we
were
were
talking
gonna, you
about.
know,
Hey, let's continue
snowball
what we were
into
talking
other
about.
shit.
I'm just
Yo.
saying that's just funny though. But let's continue what we were talking
I'm
about. The
people
second thing I
tuning
had to
in.
say about that is, alright, so like you do believe in magic then, right? Like that's
I guess.
like
You
I
could
mean,
say
yes or no, yes.
I
right?
guess you could say yeah.
There's different magic though.
But it's a yes or no question. Like
Alright.
magic's magic. Man.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I believe in magic.
Yeah, I don't believe in magic. So.
No?
That's probably That's probably like what we didn't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
That was pretty funny to me. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you for that.
Yo, so you're telling
a white
me-
nigga floating in
So
the
you're
woods,
telling
that's
me
hilarious.
angel? So you're telling me aliens being here is not magic?
Nah, nigga. What the? Are we magic? No.
Us?
We're here. Yeah. It'd be another organic thing. You know, is something swimming in the water magic? No, it's just another organic thing. You know.
I don't
But
think
that's
it's
what I was
organic. If it was
saying in the
organic,
sense
we would be
that-
able to see it every day.
No, and that's what I was saying in the sense that
Nah,
magic is.
how far do you think? All right, the closest thing to us, you know, just FYI, is the moon. How far do you think the moon is? Like, how long do you think it realistically takes for a rocket to leave Earth and get to the moon.
I remember my
Like
teacher asked
instant,
me
like
this
a
question.
day or 2 days.
My teacher asked
It's
me
like
this
3
question.
months,
No
my
idea.
boy. It takes
3
3
months.
months in
My
space
teacher
to
told me
get to the
something about
moon.
a couple years or some shit.
It's about that. I would Google it if I had my phone on me, just so you know I don't look dumb if I'm wrong. But it's around that time. It's 3 months. It takes that long. So, and that's the closest thing to us. Remember that. If it takes 3 months, you know what more? Anything else? You know, anything past the moon, which we know there's nothing on the moon. It's just a rock.
Well, you never know. There might be life on the moon. They found a planet.
Because
on
what
the
they
moon.
do is when they go to space, real shit. When they go to space and they're looking at other planets, what they're looking for is water. Because here on Earth, anything that's alive, whether you can see it walk around or if it's just an organism that's eating shit, like bacteria, it needs water. Water and sunlight. So what they do is they go out in space and they look for planets that got water. The moon got no water. It's just a rock. So there ain't nothing alive there. Unless we find some type of new form of life that don't need water. That'd be some crazy shit. You know? Science is open. That's why I like science.
Them people seen some shit.
Boy,
So do you think they've been up there yet?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
So they've been up there already.
100%.
All right.
Like we know the environment of space, so we can down here we can prepare for that. You know, I feel like if it's something unknown, then you can't prepare for it. But we know what the atmosphere of space is like. No atmosphere. That's what it is. It's a vacuum. There's nothing there. So what do? We need a pressurized container because we need an atmosphere to live. So you live in in that pressurized container. It's the same thing as a submarine. That's why when they do space test shit here on Earth, it's in a pool, in a deep pool, and they test everything there. Because if you can keep the water out, you can keep the air out. Because air and water are both fluids, if you didn't know. Water is a liquid, but both air and water are fluids. It's this shit called fluid dynamics. It's the way they move. We already know. We can predict the way it moves. Because we know about it already. You know what I mean?
Stay in school, guys.
Yeah,
I
be
ain't know
smart.
that.
Learn something every day.
Because I ain't know that. I learned that. Real shit.
Yeah, so that's why I believe, we've gone to space, man. What do you need to get out of the atmosphere? You need to be able to move at a certain speed so you can counteract gravity, right? Because the only thing holding you down is gravity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can beat gravity, you make it to space. In space, the only thing pulling you back down is the Earth's gravity, but it's obviously not as strong, so you don't need as much push. In space, it's not like Earth. Like, it's not like in the atmosphere, you know, because people forget that we live like fishes in the sea, but we're like fishes, but of air, you know? There's air there. People don't realize that. When you get into space, there's no air. So one push, and there's nothing holding you back. So that push is going to last you forever. One push to get you across the galaxy, you know, theoretically.
Wow.
So it takes a long time, but you don't need all that much to get there. Most of the energy is going to be getting off and getting back on Earth. So it's simple, you know. But yeah, that's why I believe in science. You know, it's easier to explain shit like that.
Yeah, some
And
people
you know,
believe more in
I'm honestly
science.
gonna be honest with you. I mean, a lot of the side of my life has been more like belief in what I explained before. So I always questioned science and questioned that, and I'm still in the in between because I personally liked science as like when I was growing up, when I was in school, but I feel like I always had the question behind like, what is the difference between the two and which
Like
one
what?
to believe? You
Like
know what I mean?
science and religion type
Yeah, like and all of that
thing.
different
It just
stuff.
falls into whatever you believe in, honestly. What do you guys believe in? Like, are you religious? Do you believe in like supernatural shit? Like, I shouldn't call it shit, but you know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you know, like supernatural stuff, like, you know, gods and stuff like, or do you believe? What do you believe happens when you die? How about that? Do you believe there's a life after life?
I feel like you go over to your loved ones.
Yeah,
and
I feel like
hang out.
you read. I feel
Like, do you
like
believe you have a
Real life.
consciousness? Like there's a spirit inside your, and then once your body dies, you have a spirit. Is that?
I believe that.
That's what you believe. I mean, you know, there's no right answer
Like
to
my
that.
soul.
Nobody
My soul
knows.
is a soul.
Yeah, exactly. Like a soul that lives in a body type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no right answer to that. I can't tell you what it is, but I don't. That's not what I believe.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know
I don't know if
because
I'm right.
I wouldn't
Exactly,
know
exactly.
because it
Nobody knows.
clashes.
There's no
So I
way to
feel
know.
like a lot of us believe certain
Yeah.
shit for mostly comfort as far as like getting through life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because none of us are gonna have the answer.
Yeah.
So it's more of a thing where it's like,
for
okay,
comfort,
I
right?
believe this, and you know, there's certain people that are in this group that I believe this,
Mhm.
and then there's other people that are like, I believe this, and we
Real
all get
shit.
to live together and live copacetically together and respect everybody's views.
Don't
Yeah,
let
And
that person
when
tell
we're
you.
open enough, we talk
It's just
about
fun
it.
down to what you
I'm trying
believe
to
because
tell you.
there's no right answer. Nobody can tell
Yeah.
you otherwise, you know. But if
Yeah,
you believe, there's nothing wrong with that.
And
That's
not
why-
only
what-
that,
What do y'all
if-
believe in? I'm just curious. What do y'all believe in?
well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't really gotten deep enough into anything to
So
say
you don't
that I
believe in
believe
anything
in
yet, right?
anything. I feel like I
That's
kind of
normal.
just go with the things that I've learned from my family that's been passed down as far as like what Hispanics do. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain superstitions I believe in, and like I've had certain personally in my life. I've had experiences that if I were to explain them to other people as far as why I believe certain things, they may not understand because they've literally never experienced anything like the way that I've experienced it. And that's where the line gets drawn in between me and the next individual. But that's like, I'm still exploring what is what. I have no idea. There's millions and trillions and thousands of religions and beliefs and like thought systems. It's just crazy. I feel like it's kind of just good to have conversation with people, and I really think it's cool that people have so much variety that not everybody believes in the same thing, because what would we really talk about? What would we discuss and debate and really like get deep into if we didn't have different beliefs? I fuck with it.
Everybody believes the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's if you don't get in your feelings and you take it personal.
Yeah.
Some
then that's something
some
else.
people are not there yet.
That would
You
go
know,
back
like
to
some
what
people
we-
emotionally are not ready to have certain conversations, and they get caught up in a moment where they weren't prepared, and it happens.
Yeah,
And we get to hold space for those people too.
but
You know?
everybody got different perspectives. Everybody got, you feel me? They grew up differently. They grew
Yeah.
up learning different shit. You feel
Mhm.
me? Don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't believe in. Because at the end of the day, we all don't know shit.
Yeah, we're
You feel me?
unique.
I feel
Every
like
single
it
one
comes
of us.
down like for me, you know. Alright, so me, I don't believe in that. I believe once you're dead, you know, and that's it. But
Okay.
you know, not a lot of people believe that, or maybe a lot of people do believe that. I don't know, but for my thing is like so I don't believe, and I know I don't, and I'm pretty like have my mindset on that. So when I go and I try to understand people that do believe and because I still try to keep an open mind and see, you know, like, you know, try to understand people's thought processes. So when I go and I try to put myself in people's shoes that do believe, I'm thinking how, you know, how it could believe. And the only thing I could ever think of is like it probably brings you down to like emotional closure, you know what I mean? Like, so people that can't sleep at night knowing, like not knowing, you know what I mean, essentially what happens when you die.
Yeah.
They just can't have that ease, that like good rest of night or whatever, you know. So
Yeah,
to speak.
I totally
that
feel
doesn't
that.
bother me though, you know. So that's the only thing I could think of.
I fuck with it, and I totally respect and honor the
Mhm.
way that you explain that. I agree. As far as like you believing that once you're dead, you mean like completely, like utterly just finished?
Oh yeah, like that's
Done.
it. Like you
that's
have no
it.
more consciousness. Like when you go to sleep and wake up, what
Yeah,
happens?
that's crazy.
Okay, wait.
I can't even think that far, bro.
Wait. But let me ask you a question. Okay, I'm sorry, because it's really interesting to me. I kind of like, I can sit there and kind of put myself in your shoes where you're sitting. So you mean as far as consciousness, like you don't remember your memories and you don't remember the life that you were living?
Nah, there's no memories. It's like, you know what I
There's
mean? There's
nothing.
nothing. There's
Okay,
no,
and I understand
like,
that.
that's it. That's
So
it.
like
This is-
after
there's
that's no more.
yeah, like
do
once
you
your
think that
heart
there's
stops,
an after
that's
that?
it. No, there's nothing after. Like what I believe is
You
once
never
your body
existed after that.
dies.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like all right.
Well,
if
I
you
get
think-
that.
Like some people, I'm not that extreme, you know, because
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, everybody has something to put forth. It doesn't really matter what you believe in, but I feel like a lot of people that believe the way I believe, or like the way where you just when you die, you die. A lot of them are really pessimistic. They're like, oh, well, if that's the case, then life has no meaning, right? Because if you die at the end of the day, if you die and nothing happens after that, so what did you live for, right?
Okay.
Facts.
So that's why I also believe, like, to me, religion doesn't sit right because if, like, technically, in religion, he's saying that if he knows what, like, before you're born, he knows after you're born. So technically, your life is set. Everything you do is already gonna happen. You know what I mean? You don't really have a choice in that because he already knows.
So that's
before
what you don't believe.
did it. So whatever you're living through is already written.
So that's what you
know
don't
what I mean?
believe.
I don't believe in that. No.
Oh.
If you have, I believe in free choice. Everything happens by random. Everything's by chance. You know, nothing happens because it was supposed to happen. You know that saying, like, oh.
It happened
for a reason. Yeah, I don't believe in that. That's just a saying to me. To me, everything is random. There's nothing supposed to happen. It just does happen. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like luck.
That's really. I'm not even gonna lie. I so thank you for that, because that's really something to think about. Like, I'm kind of sitting there like, wow, I never really sat there and thought of that as a perspective whatsoever, but it really does make a lot of sense. And I kind of do want to get deeper into it mentally for my own.
If you have free will, you're like, I mean, you know, because also my dad, I don't know, he knows, my cousin. You know, my dad's always been into religion, so I've had a lot of time to think about it. I've sat through those things and I've seen, you know, what they had to offer and shit like that. And so I've thought about it a lot. And that's what I came to my conclusion, you know. If I believe in Christianity specifically in this one, you know, then that would mean I don't have free will. You know what I mean? And I believe you make your life what you make it. It's not pre-written. Nobody tells you what you make your life.
I believe that you make it what you like. You do
exactly.
It because there's people that live a certain way and choose a different path. There's people that live a certain way and they turn out to be better than what they grew up to be. You know, it's however you think of life, is however you see life, is however you go out at it. You feel me? However you see it, however you perceive it, and all that. You feel me? Like, you can go to school, you can learn. You can go to school, you can drop out. It's whatever route you take. That's the destination you're gonna take.
Like, you decided that. It
wasn't that was your
decision.
You feel me? At the end of the day,
I have this issue with people. Not not obviously not you guys or not anybody in particular, but I'm talking about, like a few individuals that I've talked to where they don't want to take accountability because of that. They're like, oh no, you know what? Fuck you, it was supposed to happen that way. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to go into specifics on that, but it was just let's say a bad situation, and then nobody wants to take accountability for the simple fact that it was supposed to happen that way. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that shouldn't be the case. I feel like people should be accountable for what they do.
No, it shouldn't.
Like, people, I feel like a lot of times want to they don't want to be accountable for shit, so they want to outsource it to things that, like, you just can't argue with. Like, how do you argue, it was supposed to happen? You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to say?
It is what it is,
Yeah.
What I always think about, too, the aspect of animals. Like, how they think, what they look at, what they think about when they see us. Like, having their communication.
Oh, like, you wonder if they have a real, conscience as far as, how we think type shit?
Type shit.
I think.
Because they, for the most part, when you call them, they come, and you feel me, they acknowledge you, They acknowledge your existence.
They get to know what you're just saying and doing. Yeah, that's my question, too. I totally agree.
They believe they have conscience. So then, alright, so do you guys, since they have a conscience, obviously, not obviously, but we can,
how we're speculating.
Using the clues that we brought together, we can speculate that they have a conscience, right? So that being said, do you believe they also have a God, or is it the same God? Do they go to the same heaven, or?
Oh no, that's not what I believe at all.
So where do they go if they have a conscience? Do you think they're self-aware?
I mean, what I believe is that they go to the same place we do.
Man, they got 9 lives
because they're living on Earth with us.
That's all I know.
That's not all animals. That's a cat.
But they're living in the same place with us. So if I would say
honestly, I think they get finished. I feel like.
So you believe once they die, they die.
I feel like animals, when they die, I feel like it's over with.
Alright.
Because they don't have a character.
That
they don't talk.
They do though.
They have a character, but they don't talk. They don't
talk because they don't believe human communication.
Exactly.
Now let me fuck you.
And that's the only communication.
So my thing is, I feel like they go to the same place we do simply because they live in the same place we do, and they're living organisms, and that's why I feel like they go to the same place we do. You know what I'm saying? Because of the sense that why would they go to a different god? What is there, a cat god? And for each species, it doesn't make no sense. So I feel like they would go where we go if I'm believing what I believe. You know what I mean?
Do you think they believe in what you believe, though?
They don't have their.
I don't think that their consciousness goes that far. That's what I believe. Like, I think their consciousness goes to an extent, but I don't think it goes to as far as where we are, because if it did, they would be able to communicate with us.
Alright, so I have a question for y'all. Do you believe people are naturally better at shit than other people? Like you know, have you ever seen somebody and you're like, wow, like that person
is through
is
genes.
just
I feel
better
like
than me naturally.
I believe in genes, yeah.
Or like, wow, this guy's a natural at doing that, or this female is a natural at doing that. Like, do you believe in that?
I believe it. I feel like
genes, but to a certain
I feel
extent,
like it's
right?
a skill that kind of like comes in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends on how you hone
like
it.
Like it's learned, right?
Yeah, like it depends on how you hone it. Cause I feel like, yes, there's people that have a certain gift, but I feel like it's not really in the sense that like, oh, it's just given to you in a complete way. I feel like you kind of come in on a certain level. Like, certain people are good at basketball on this level, and then there's other people that are on this level. You know what I'm saying? And then you go tuning it to be better than other people and professional at it. You know what I mean? Because that's where it comes to a point where, like, that's where you have a coach who breaks down your personality and sees what's your skill set and sees what you can do and, like, kind of changes you around and sees what's best for you in order to
Alright, so let me give y'all an example right quick. So, like, let's say you ever seen somebody, they're trying to sing or something, and then you're like, oh, no, you're just like you weren't made for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in that, or do you believe it's something that somebody can work on?
I don't know, because, I mean, my brother, for example, my brother could not sing when I was younger. He couldn't even, like, sing a note.
So you believe there's, like a genetic limit on something you can do? Like, you know what I mean?
I don't think that is...
Like if you weren't born to sing, you can't sing.
No, I don't think that there's a limit. I don't think that there's a limit, because my brother taught himself how to sing, and he sings beautifully. He couldn't even sing.
So you believe anybody, like it's a skill, right?
Yeah.
You learn.
Yeah.
You learn
It
right?
depends on how much love you really want to give to it, honestly, and how much dedication and how much it matters to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
because
the same.
another thing is too that a person can have a skill that is like personally important to them, but you would never even know that they're capable of doing it unless they revealed it to you.
Like them people on TikTok, fool, the one that they be throwing them ping pongs in the cups and shit, and they be doing these obstacles. Like, how the fuck did they know they was good at that shit? Did they wake up one day like, let me make an obstacle and throw fucking balls inside the
You try it out and you see where you start.
They practice.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely takes practice, because you never hop into something knowing the full knowledge of it. So for sure it takes practice.
I believe the same thing. I don't believe anybody is like naturally better than anybody else. I mean, everybody's born the same, you know? Anybody can be equally as good as anybody else as long as they put down the practice and the time and effort. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Yeah, I don't believe in that, but I know a lot of people that believe opposite, you know, and kudos to them. They can do everything.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I have a so random question. Off topic as hell. Do you believe that, like, or do you feel that colors sometimes stimulate and trigger your emotions?
Colors?
Mm-hmm. Like, do you personally feel like, because you know how people have a favorite color, and then you ask them, oh, why is that your favorite color? Oh, because it represents calm and blah, blah, blah.
Like an emotional attachment? I don't know. Maybe. It could be. I like, my favorite color is black. You know, I don't know if that says anything about me, but...
I feel like it does.
Maybe. It could be.
Damn, that makes sense.
It could be.
I feel like it does. I mean, more so in the sense because my emotional attachment to black is what I kind of would picture when you describe yourself. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because personally, for me, like, I feel like it really doesn't matter whether somebody, like, likes you or not. But it comes to a point where, like, people and their moods kind of reflect the color that they choose. Because me personally, mine is blue and purple, but it kind of came from like emotional understanding. It wasn't always those colors. It was more like bright colors that were like super exciting and super like flashy, because I feel like I'm a flashy person, so I like flashy colors. But I feel like people that are kind of more chill and they like to sit in the background and kind of observe certain moments are more the type of people that like black and brown and gray. You know what I mean? Because even when you look on a color spectrum, I've done like research as far as like colors and like psychology, and I feel like when I've read, let's say the color red, for example, anger comes from red, and like excitement and passion, love. Those are the colors of red. So I feel like it's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's because the world kind of made it that way. Like when it comes to Valentine's Day, they put red in your face, and they put it in your face to the point where like that's what you associate it with.
I feel like red is more. They make people realize it's for red because of the stop sign.
Because of the association, right?
Stop sign, yeah.
Like they force
red
association.
is really associated with bad, you know. Like,
Me too.
You know,
yeah,
you know, like something negative.
But I feel like that's where like my question behind emotion and like what they teach us is because do we believe, like for me, do I believe that the color red are these things because this is what they taught us that it was, or is it because I actually feel that way?
I mean, like if you really, really think about it, you know, you really go real deep into thought. Everything you know was taught to you. You know what I mean? Like nobody has an original idea. It's just not a thing. You know. So I mean,
and the original
people
answer
that
might
think
not
that
even
they
be
do
the
are
answer.
just over themselves.
It might be a whole remake. Because at the end of the day,
who's to say we're right or wrong?
Exactly.
Everything
from
starts
centuries
as a
ago.
And
It
then
could not be the same way
There's
now,
really
bro.
nobody who
Check
has
me
the
out.
power to dictate whether
Check
we're
me
right
out.
or wrong in this
Everything
situation.
starts as a copy and then it's made personally. You know what I mean?
It's
So
duplicated everywhere.
exactly. So whatever you know, you probably got it from somewhere, and then you know made it your own.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? There's not one thing. There's not one single thing. Even your thoughts inside your head, all of them, they come from something you've seen and experienced. It's not just.
That's how the world go round.
Not going
that's
back
how engineers
to
be engineers. That's how rappers be
it
rappers.
goes down
That's
to
how everybody be
us as humans. What we're we're really good at, and other animals aren't. Is we're good at communicating things. So what does that mean? You can learn from my experience. Let's say I touched this shit and it's hot and it burned me. You're not gonna go ahead and touch it because you seen me do it.
Yeah,
of course.
I'm telling you,
know?
watch
Not
how it's
all
hot.
animals do that shit. Exactly.
So. I feel like going back to your original topic as far as social media, that actually was something that came from social media that I feel like changed the world completely.
What?
The fact that people share their characteristics and their personal emotions on social media and like connect personally so much that it kind of shapes the people that are growing up to take on characteristics that they feel like define them at that moment, and they become that person. Because for me personally, it's like if I see something on the internet that I like an outfit that a girl is wearing or a hairstyle, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go straight to my bathroom and I'm gonna go and do that same as hairstyle. And it kind of like makes a lot of sense because that's how people get shaped into their pictures not even matching what their real living room looks
that's
like.
How the trend stays the trend. That's what the word trend comes with.
All right. So the topic of the podcast, social media, good or bad. After everything we done said that had nothing to do with nothing, what do you believe? Yes or no? Is it good or is it bad?
It's good.
It's good, right?
It's good. At the end of the day, like I said, everything has its
its
pros and cons. Everything has its pros and cons. It's good. It's just the way how you use it.
It's hard to say. I feel like it's
the same way. The same way.
Yes,
A gun has a pros and cons. You can have a
Yeah.
gun to go hunt, to go feed your families, to go do this, to go save your life and all that. But there's motherfuckers out there that want to go shoot the fucking sky and want to go shoot.
Alright, so I would say it's bad.
You know?
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but what? All right. So, you know, I'm gonna go after you. But what's like your final? You say bad, but why? What is your final reasoning? For
I
that?
got you right now. I feel like it's bad based off of my personal beliefs. Note that. When I
of course. Everything's
definitely
opinion
say
on this.
when I say this. I feel like it's bad because it disrupts somewhat what is meant for you. You know what I mean? Like, based off of my beliefs as far as, like, things are connected and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you go on social media, for example, and you meet somebody on social media and you go and you marry them and then you leave your family or you don't go anywhere near your family ever again because you marry this person and that's how it was set up because you met this person on social media. What if you weren't going to meet them because you didn't go to that place as far as, like, social media? Like, what if you were going to stay in your area because you didn't talk to this person? what if you would have stayed behind with your family? And you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, I feel like it adds a certain intricacy to human life. I feel like it added so much more depth to what human life was
like
meant to be for us.
It gained a lot of standards now that there's.
Yeah, like, I feel like there's so much expectation in it that it's like, it kind of took away from what we were doing this shit for. And it goes back to, like, our childhood. Like, what we used to do shit for, like when we used to play in the street and we used to chill with our friends, and like all that simple shit that used to be the beauty of life, which I don't know if it still is for certain people, which it probably won't be, but it's like it kind of changes that for some people, you know what I mean, because of the connections that you're able to access with social media. Like, it's just
that's why
too
I feel
deep.
Social media is good, because things wouldn't happen without social media.
Yeah.
And when I say that, because if nobody has social media, how are you going to connect with somebody? How are you going to make business grow? How are you going to get an audience?
Exactly.
How are you going to, you feel me, make sure your foundation is built and correctly formulated how you need it to be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Social media, is it good or bad? Yes, I believe it's good. Why? Because if you really, like, if you really put your head and think to this, like, what's more valuable? You're $1 million, or for you to be able to reach out to 1 million people, you know what I mean? And so, I would say, for you to reach out to 1 million people, why? Because not everybody has $1 million, true, but 1 million people, if 1 million people had $1, that's $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm sure the majority of people gonna have more than a dollar, and that's just money. You know, that's just talking money. I'm not saying if social media has to be used for money, but it can be. And it could be a good thing, because if you're using it for a good reason, if you could reach out to 1 million people and tell them, look, I invested in this time into making sure that this non-profitable organization is a good one to put your money into because they're not scamming you, and you could reach that out to 1 million people, let's say each one of them puts down $1, that's $1 million you didn't do anything for.
Like
not anything,
NFTs.
because you put down your time and effort. And
exactly,
time
like
is
that
money.
NFT shit.
But you didn't have to put down $1 million.
Exactly.
So now you have more time and money and effort to put down towards other things. You know what I mean?
Like
so in that case, if you can build a following on social media and use it for good, it's like far the good far outweighs the bad that social media can do if people would use it for the right thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like the amount of people is going up. The amount of people are doing good on social media is going up, and that's good.
Because why? Because
reason?
everybody is copying everybody. That's what the duplicating and doing all this shit comes back to.
Yeah.
Nobody, if this nigga's rich, this
what are
nigga
you
wouldn't get
doing
rich
if
because
you're not progressing the species forward? You know what I mean? What would you do if when the first caveman that made fire, you know what I mean? And this is just I'm not gonna say caveman made fire. I'm just saying as an example.
Yeah.
If the first man that made fire, the caveman, imagine he would have been like, oh, nah, I'm finna keep this to myself. I ain't finna tell nine nigga.
And there wouldn't be no fire.
Then there would be no fire.
But there would have been somebody that would have made that fire.
Should be going towards
because
us as a
what if
species.
somebody else came and thought of that fire? Then it gets a little more sticky.
Alright, but I'm saying, how much easier if we already knew? You know what I'm saying? How much easier would it be to put our three heads together as opposed to me using my head against yours, against hers, against mine? You know what I mean? Instead of one, against
but if we already
another.
knew, maybe it wouldn't flow as easily.
People go on the internet, like we said this in the beginning too, probably like an hour ago. If you're on the internet hating actively, you need help. You know what I mean? But if you're on the internet helping, you're doing it for a good reason, right? That is a good reason to use social media, if you ask me, and that's a notable one. If you can make a difference in your community, who's remembered? The people that goes down in the history books, right? Mm-hmm. So who more to strive to be like than the people in the history books?
But that's where the kind of like what I was saying with personal agreement, you know what I mean? Because there is certain situations where a person's idol won't be more like a person wouldn't want to aspire to what was done in the history books, but more something closer to home, I would say. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to put it into words. It's just different in a sense.
I'm saying, let's say, I don't know who you look into history and admire, right? Mm-hmm. But let's say, just off the top, recent history, who's recent the most, admirable would be Martin Luther King, right? Who better to strive to be like than somebody like Martin Luther King, you know, that preached peace upon all people. Regardless of the fact that he was a Christian and I don't believe that shit, you know, I can just put that aside and be like, look what he preached. Basically, be a good person, you know what I mean? And how is that hard to do? So, he basically did it before there was social media. Think about it. If it was in this time, he would have used social media as a tool. It's a tool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To reach
there
and have
was-
your words
But
spread
back
out there.
then, I feel like the only thing that was out there was reporters and magazines or
Yeah, it was a lot harder to spread information. Like
I feel
information
like
will only be
also
spread
though
now.
people's perspective was kind of like here or there. You know what I mean? Like when it comes, like for me personally, when I talk to my mom, because my mom is older, about like back in the day compared to where I'm growing up, I feel like people had a lot more like genuine behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of older people would blame social media. And that's what kind of like makes me have a certain opinion about social media,
Mm-hmm.
because listening to their perspective of like actually being alive at a time where this shit really wasn't around, I can listen to them, but I can only imagine. They really lived through it. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're watching us live through it, but they went through something that we could never really say we lived through. And that's the difference between them and us. So when it comes to, like, the perspective of social media, when they explain to me how it was back then, and they say, like, the difference of what it is now because of this certain factor, it kind of puts me in a, I guess you would say, a biased position, because I listen to what they're saying, and I'm like, well, if it was like that back then social media has to be the reason that it's changed like that, because what else changed that much? What else brought such a drastic change?
I feel like it's more, you know, less of the actual social media, and it's more of the actual, like, people that are taking in the information from the social media and how they interpret it. You know what I mean?
Emotion.
So exactly,
Yeah.
like for example, we in Florida, right? We here in Florida. What happens when the news say there's a hurricane coming? Nobody move, bro. Ain't nobody gonna move an inch.
But we
And guess
gonna
what?
run at
Ain't
the
nobody
last
gonna
minute.
watch the news, cause now we know, alright, they about to exaggerate some shit. So guess what? I'm not gonna do for the next until the hurricane passes.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? But there's those few people that probably not from Florida, but they live here in Florida.
Ain't
'Cause we got
nobody
a lot of
watching
them,
the news.
and they gonna watch the news, and guess what they gonna do? Now we ain't got no gas. Now they ain't no toilet
they're
paper.
gonna start freaking
Now
out.
they ain't no water bottles. You know what I mean? They
freak
freaking
out.
out. Because there's a hurricane coming in. We live in a fucking peninsula that's flat, so it can get flooded easily. And now everybody freaking out that's not from here, but everybody that's from here know, don't watch the news, because it's going to tell you some shit that's probably
It's
not
gonna
going to
freak
happen.
you out.
Exactly.
It's gonna program you to be freaked
Exactly.
out.
So I believe in it's back to what I was saying before. It's just how you interpret the information that's coming through social media. If you decide you want to start actively hating on people because of social media, you know.
It
You
all
need help.
comes back to
You need help.
this very specific word, perspective.
Yeah, for sure. I think people have way too much opinion for their own good. That shit.
Yeah, bro.
What? Oh man.
Oh,
Our people
absolutely.
got too much
I
shit
feel
going
like
on.
shit. We could use a zipper or two,
Yeah.
a mute button or
yeah,
two.
a big zipper.
If you
Man.
got the time to be fucking going on Instagram and talking about somebody, bro.
Like, don't you think even you personally, as a person, like me personally, I'm like, damn, I could have used the mute button at that moment. Like,
Nah,
like
I don't
why
even
did
go and
my
talk about people? I ain't got no bad. I ain't got time for that shit.
I don't even think it comes to talking about people, but I feel like when it comes to like my perspective of like, because sometimes I worry about what people feel. There's other people who literally live their life not giving two shits about what people feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the fact that I worry about what people feel, I live my life in a sense that I'm kind of like, ugh, I should have been mindful in that moment. But there's other people that are just like, I don't give a fuck. I did everything right. And
No,
that's just
yeah.
it. That's it. From
Yeah, you
now
have to
to
self-reflect.
the end,
You have
I
to
did everything
self-reflect.
right.
I feel like if you're a person that can self-reflect, you're already so far ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? Because I feel like that's a big ass issue with people. They can't
a lot
self-reflect.
of people
If you
do that.
can't figure out that you are the issue, there's a problem. You know
And
what
to
I
a
mean?
certain degree,
In other
do
words,
you
you're toxic.
kind of believe in a sense that like you're always the issue, or
Yeah.
no?
Nah, but if you can, I'm saying, you know, not saying you're always a troublemaker, but if you so happen to make trouble, you should be able to be like, damn, that was my fault.
And take accountability.
Exactly, and be accountable for it.
Facts.
You should be able to self-reflect and be like, look, bro, if all my friends turn on me, who's the one? You feel me? Who's the one that's tripping right now? Me. You feel me? Like you should be able to, a lot of people
To
can't
grasp
do that,
that perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You should be able to be self-reflective to see, damn, am I the one that's fucking up right now?
Yeah,
Am
like
I
which
tripping?
one is the outlier? Because
Exactly.
that's the person that's correct. And
You
how
find
can I
the
change
common
that?
denominator, you know, so
Yeah.
to speak, for the math people.
Yeah, because I'm not going to lie. There's sometimes, like, me personally, I feel like I've kept a certain childishness about, like, how I handle certain situations or how I react to certain situations because of my experience in life and because I kind of didn't have the consciousness to make a decision to be more adult about certain decisions. So it's like when I have a conversation with people, I kind of like know what opportunity is one to show that I'm doing that self-reflection. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's times where I encounter people and it's like, it's awkward, it's complicated. I feel like I'm not genuinely like in the experience. I feel like I'm not present because of my personal feelings or maybe because of what I feel like they're feeling. So it's like I kind of retreat in that sense. But I'm learning to like know when to speak and also like how to speak when I decide to speak in a sense that's going to bring me knowledge every single time that I receive from someone. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, if I'm going to ask a question, I don't want it to be a question that's going to, like, stir up an argument, even though I know that I was sitting there and analyzing a situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like when you analyze a person and you know they're going to react a certain way, you kind of should know how to word shit in order to get the best outcome from that person. Like, if I want to learn something from someone, I have to know what words to say in order to get that information from them.
Yeah.
Like, they have to be able to react in that sense where they want to be like, okay, let me drop this knowledge on that person.
Like to properly
and that's what I'm
express
learning
yourself.
right now.
Like to properly express yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Truly.
Yeah, man. For sure, I agree with that. Yeah. But you know, we're gonna go ahead. It's Hype Beats on Instagram. It'd be too easy on YouTube. You know it, man. You go ahead, follow, like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do.
Y'all boys tap in, stay active. You already know my boy. I got a new song coming out, Redemption, like I said, with LitaHontas. Y'all check it out on the page. Everything exclusive, everything is stamped.
What's the date?
January 7th. It's gonna be
January
on all
7th.
platforms, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever the fuck y'all listen to music. I don't give a fuck.
Get there. Look
Get
down
there,
and
tap
say,
in.
You'll understand after you hear the song. So you
I
gotta
let
come
it
back
down,
and
I
comment
said,
under this shit.
I'm trying to tell them. So y'all already know. Tap in BRAZOBANZ, BRAZOBANZ. Y'all already know.
We out.
Ooh.
Hey, man. Press one of these videos. Click that subscribe button. What you doing?